Hello, folks. I'm the Red, and last we left off, I was kind of mumbling to myself about not knowing why I'm unable to repair things, and then I realized that it appears that it's only certain buildings, like the producer's office back here. I can repair this one. So let's do that. Might as well get the repair crew working. They haven't been working for a little while. Um, And I can repair this. It's level 2 soundstage. Take a week to improve it. Um, but like the security office here, I just can't repair it, and I don't know why. Wow. Felix here, returning from vacation. He wrote Tower of Matches, which we just released. Um, if you've returned, this is adventure romance. Uh Terry could actually do that, right? And you, we've given whiskey to recently. I haven't given you one of these watches in quite a while. I guess we can give you a little more whiskey too. Get you nice and happy, and why don't you search for something for us? And let's keep rolling. Oh. Statue of No Liberty. We have spent a lot of money in pre-production. How did it get that expensive? Um, yeah, cinematographer, director, actors. None of these were producers good, but this was not considered the most high-end project. It's not gonna film. It's not gonna take very long to film. I mean, wait, hold on. 90 days. I thought it said 65. It says 65. Say 90. Okay, I don't know what to expect there. Will Doyle. Contract has expired, but let's talk about getting hired back on. Um, if I said 3 years, you'd want $250,000. 3 more movies. Less than that. You are a director, which means that you can cycle off movies fairly well. It's producers that can sometimes get stuck if a movie can't get released. So I'm gonna say we'll give you the money you want for 3 years. And the Hespro 35 Extra. You have fulfilled all the requirements for upgrading the Hespro 35. Access a new technology, 35 Extra. Okay. I say Yeah. There we go. When I think about work, I feel sick. My hands shake and my legs go numb. Yesterday I stood rooted to the spot in front of the studio gates and couldn't take another step. The guard at the entrance thought I was having a stroke. If you don't give me a vacation, I'll go crazy. I need a couple of months to catch my breath. Sure, we won't need you for a couple of months. We have a Snowflake in the Desert finished with production. Oh, wow. This is gonna be an amazing movie. Will Doyle's, yeah, it's his third with us. Alma, now that it's come off production, is going on vacation. Everyone, happiness, everything came together there. I'm gonna put editor, Emma, composer. I'm gonna use all the best things we have here. I'm gonna say, what have we given you? We've given you whiskey recently. I'm gonna give you too many watches. Emma, let's start with post-production. Statue of No Liberty here. Someone put candy in James Fisher's makeup bag. When she unwrapped it, there was shit inside. She's seeing a psychologist now and demanding we catch the pest. That's easy enough to do. We've got security on set. This is why all of our sets has a security on guard. American Dream. Ooh, very good movie. We do want to start this kind of immediately. Like, I don't think it's necessary 100%, but there's no real reason to put it off either. Soundstage 4. And you are a soundstage guy, so we're not going to even bother looking for a location set. We've got the extra here. Sotone Dominus. Got plenty of things to go here. I thought we changed the day for some reason. We might want, this is what I was saying, like all of our producers are tied up. We might want to hire a good producer for this. Someone that's free. What are you, why? Why has no one hired you? You're an 8.6. Billy? I'm going to say let's give you everything we can. How much would you want for 3 years? Or actually, maybe we want to do 3 movies. Hold on. I want to see how much that changes. I'm pretty sure we spend less doing this. I don't want to get anything medical insurance because as a producer. He'll be hanging around on things for quite a while because he has to see things. He has to see a movie from the very start to the very end. Will Doyle, we just rehired you. Peter Holland. Betty Lim's gonna play the femme fatale here. Or I guess Lydia, you can play the femme fatale. Betty Lim, you can play the love interest. David, I don't think we're putting you on any more movies. I could go... I think I will go Peter Hodges. I'm gonna count on this movie just being amazing. And Hourglass, another movie that got written. It certainly is a thing that exists. You should be ashamed of having written it. It is a romance, historical. It is a historical romance with comedy and thriller elements, and it's just a cowboy versus a pirate in a city. Go away. Like, it's terrible. That's comically bad. Statue of No Liberty. Security found the suspect in that candy prank. One of the extras had the same candy wrappers in his bag. He's already gone. Now, Jane Fisher can work without fear. Have I given you... Let's give you a set of cigars. And Terry, feeling dizzy the past 3 days. Last night, it got so bad I fell over the bathroom and hit my head on the sink. I got off with just this bruise, but next time I might not be so lucky. The doctor said I'm working too much, and it's true. I've gone way too long with a break. Yeah, we can deal without you for a couple of months. During rehearsals for a fist fight, Gabriel Witkowski accidentally spat out his dentures. This incident was witnessed by Fun Times journalist who was interviewing the director at the time. Now the actor is worried that the paper might pick up the story. We can block the publication like this easier than with our petty funds. And also I'm gonna keep those points for now. Yeah, Gabriel, we got your back. Minute of Madness, it's done its first rounds. It didn't ever quite fill up the theaters. Let's go ahead, set up distribution. Even at 4,000 it didn't. We can let this continue to run. And do we have any writers? We do actually have a writer not doing anything. Historical romance. Go ahead and get us an idea. We've got plenty of movies kicking around. Some good ones too. Some good scripts. Post-production, the film lab is finished. And take an extra week to re-outfit it. Yeah, like this here. Oh, there we are. Story Workshop. American Dreams finished pre-production. And it's looking very good for general audiences. Less so for critics. But it's fine. Statue of No Liberty having yet another problem here. After an argument with her husband, Jane Fisher came to the set with a big black eye. The makeup artist worked for an hour and a half to hide it, but her face still looks swollen and distorted. Well, that should not be the outcome. My friends explained to this guy how wife beating is wrong. We haven't made friends with the mafia yet, so we can't, you know, do that. But we'll wait for her bruises to fade. I don't really want to lower the quality of the movie. American Dream. Will Doyle is refusing to share the killer's backstory and motives with the film crew. He's sure someone will let it slip to the press, but Peter Hodges is insisting on details to make the character more convincing. After another fight with the director, the actor walked off the set and is refusing to continue filming. We could force him, piss him off. Peter Hodges, Will Doyle's loyalty will drop. I'm sure we can, like, I don't want to this just seems excessive. Like, give him what he wants. This is give Peter Hodges, the actor, what he wants, which is the backstory to his character. Doyle, like, I understand what you're saying, but also you want him to act in character, right? Well, then he needs to know what the character is. Statue of No Liberty. Jane Fisher is again having a problem. The leading actress doesn't eat meat, but in one of the key scenes, her character is supposed to eat a rare steak. It's important for the plot of the film since it shows the heroine's character development, but Jane Fisher is refusing to do the scene and insists the whole episode be cut. We can write something else in for character development. That doesn't necessarily, like, if it specifically has to be eating steak, there's a problem. Courtly Romance is releasing. Minute of Madness is ending distribution. Got us another 500,000 there at the end, or is that 500,000 total with a gross of 1.4? Yeah. Yeah, this was a pretty poor film. It did release #1, but that's largely because everything releases #1 right now. 8 story elements per story now. Stories can just be longer, more complex, more involved. This would take 1,000 days. Developing new ideas by category, sequels. This is just constant development. The screen. I want to do freelance office versus sequels. This lets us pick the thing. This is worthless, as far as I'm concerned. This lets you choose the type of story elements that'll happen. But you know, with send enough people, you're gonna get them all anyways, right? Let's say we get our writers to just develop them faster. 365. How many years would this be? Quite a few. I'm gonna say let's do the freelance writer's office. I'm just gonna spend 100,000. I'm gonna save a little bit of money there. Courtly Romance, finally being released. Movie with the most irritating sort of flaws. Surprisingly, the movie turns out quite beautiful and is sure to please the tastes of any aesthetically developed individual. From Southern Night. Either stay home or go to a restaurant instead. There's nothing to see here. From Friday Partner. A beautiful love story that will never be accepted by the general audience. A regrettable state of affairs, which shows our society in the worst light. From The Bone Grinder. Oh, okay. Not normally what I'm expecting out of a Bone Grinder, but I'm not going to complain for a good review. We've done our theater rentals and all of that already. So now it's just got to release. We've got a Snowflake in the desert here. Which is going to lose a little for our... Wow, a whole point there. For our post-production. We just don't have quality yet. Working class woman and an evil monster. There's some unrequited love. I'm gonna pick that one. The earliest we can release is here. I don't think this is a particularly American movie, so I'm not worried about putting the start date on the 4th of July. This is a pretty good movie, though. I'm gonna say... Let's rent 6,000... 3,000... 1,000 and 0. We'll get it printed. Again, maybe, if I instead go 4 days before, that's, no. If you were to do anything, it'd be go an extra, I'm saying days, it's weeks. An extra before, but that's a 5% increase on the first, and then... Oh. No. 5 days. This movie is thriller, comedy, drama, okay. We're gonna go... Peter Zola. Peter Zola pitches his newspapers, magazines, and the radio stations to the intelligent and sophisticated man with a twist. Theater, cinema, hunting, cars. It's an encyclopedic range of topics, but the articles are so elaborately written that only the most sophisticated reader can understand them. The company has earned its cult status with a solid audience base, mostly thanks to people wanting to look smarter than they actually are. I think that's kind of our thing here. This was yeah, it's a twisted movie. Middle-aged and older. I'm gonna say billboards and theater mags, theater, cinema, and literature. Do I go all out? Are you sure you want to hire so many advertisers? The campaign will most likely be too chaotic. We'll spend a lot of money, but everyone will come to the premiere, including viewers who absolutely can't stand this kind of cinema. We can't count on a long and successful release if that happens. Okay. We won't do the newspapers. I think this might be correct enough. Go ahead and confirm. And then Horror of a Generation is ready to go into post. Ooh. Well, okay. Half a point. Or a point. A tenth of a point. And then 2/10 from the cinema score, the critique score. Sarah Frid has learned. Got a lot of experience there. The crew filmed. The film crew worked 8 hours a day for the entire period. Did not earn us anything, and they still weren't happy. I feel like maybe I should have just forced you to work faster. Although you still wouldn't be doing anything better. I'll give it to you guys for post-production so that you can practice. We don't just want one post-production. If we just have one post-production crew, things can go wrong. I'm gonna wait for this film, Courtly Romance, to have its first month. The world has slowed and grown dim. I float through my days like a cloud across the sky, gray and lifeless. It's like everything around is made of dirty cotton wool, silently listing from side to side. Such a strange feeling. It won't let me concentrate on my work. I think I need a rest. Yeah, okay, take a rest. You weirdo. I mean, just a bit absurd. The American Dream. Our lead actor suddenly realized that he's a whole head shorter than the lead actress playing his lover. What gifts have we given? We've given you a watch recently. Uh, take a thing of whiskey and put on some high heels. That might be taken a different way. Anyways, the original Dupler tech is no longer being serviced. Courtly Romance is 3 weeks in and it still hasn't broken even, but it will. I'm going to say that let's start another project here. Let me see who we have in terms of actors. We've got Peter Harris and Sally. And really, that's about it. So we want a good movie. Wait, hold on. Oh, we've got some ideas floating around. We've only got room. I mean, I guess we could hire more people, more actors if we wanted to. If we were to start this, what I'm looking for, and I kind of wish we could just scoot around these tabs here. Because if I want to find something, I've got to back out here. What I'm looking for, what I was looking for, and didn't find, is Will Doyle here is our love triangle director. I don't know, because we got this story element freshness now. I don't know if him being particularly good with we've got a bandit, we've got a rival, we've got actually a couple of things here. The mayor's daughter was, you know what? I think we're gonna do that. Let me get you some whiskey. And I don't like having to use one of the older soundstages. I should maybe develop a third new soundstage. But I kind of wanted to just save a little money. What kind of gifts have we given you? We've given you whiskey, but we haven't given you cigars. I'm gonna give you cigars, and then I'm gonna go with the other guy. Sally here. I'm gonna play a hopeless romantic. Gonna play. What we need 3 people here. We need the criminal mastermind as the antagonist, and then we need her love interest. So let's. Wow. Conceited. Libidinous. You're conceited. You're also a superstar. Oscar Morris. You're a leader, you're disciplined. You're in a slightly more loyal state. I think I'm gonna go Oscar Morris here. I asked you for 3 years, you'd say $250,000. We can go with that. You will play the love interest. The criminal mastermind will be Peter Harris, who has taken everything as a gift recently, but we can still get him happier. Let's continue here. Mayor's daughter. Gifts. Let's get everything situated. And Alma here is returning from vacation. Actually, we should have a terrible idea by now, right? No, we don't. Go ahead, try to find us another idea. And we're down to 2 million. Let's set up distribution for this. Quarterly romance. It's 2nd month. Terry has returned from vacation. And Boone has finished writing, so we're gonna go ideas. Historical. Okay, so this is adventure. Action adventure thriller with a wayward soul. Historical action detective. Maybe detective should have gone with thriller. Adventure, historical action adventure. I mean, they're both set in modern American towns, so I don't know. I don't think it matters either way. Captain for a day. Got another script here. Not the worst one we've seen, but not the best one either. From Wilfred Austin. The antagonist repents. The bandit repents to the clumsy oaf. We've got unrequited love and a love triangle, but no love interest. I mean, sometimes you see movies genuinely like that, where there's some elements, but the character's so minor, doesn't even, like, qualify as a supporting character. It's not even a secondary character, it's a tertiary character, right? The mayor's daughter here. The script's been sitting around for a little while. I kind of called it right about where it should be in terms of quality. Let's get security on it. It's funny, I think it's the second time that Sally here oh, never mind. It was the other actress. I thought it for a second there. I thought it was Sally who had taken two movies that were kind of written for Wendy, but no, it was the other actress that took the other one. So I was just wrong. No trick to it. Sometimes it just happens. We've got... I'm gonna release one more movie here. Write one more too. White Marks. Which is terrible. Truly awful. Historical detective on a tropical island where a cowboy and a pirate have a jousting tournament. And the protagonist dies. Wow. I mean, that's just a mess of a movie. You get us another idea. Snowflake in the desert. You're at 1%. You can end distribution. Courtly romance. Profited us not very much. It did turn a profit, but boxed office 1.2 million and cost us 900,000. Well, 800,000 rounding. And then a snowflake in the desert. Nothing here that makes want to go to the movies. Drama. The most dramatic thing is that they make you pay to watch it. If you've got any place else to be, then go. Pete Hodges puts in a solid performance as always, but there's little else to recommend this movie. So Pete Hodges in particular kind of stood out, at least according to one critic. I mean, he's a very good actor. $900,000, nearly 900,000. Evil Monster has become stale. Horror of a Generation will be not treated well by post-production. But it's still a fresh movie. And we did kind of use it as an experiment to train up our people. Thriller, drama, historical, Wild West. This is kind of a guy's movie, releasing partway through August. I'm going to say we're gonna rent 4,000, 1,000. Let's do the cheap printing because we have plenty of time. Want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ahead and 4 weeks after, as always. Thriller, drama, historical, daring adventure, serial killer ends up dead, there's a treasure hunt. I'm gonna say this is a men's movie. I'm gonna send 2 boys, older audiences, in the, well, intellectuals and billboards. Yeah, I think that might be a good spread. And confirm that day. And I'm gonna come here and Statue of No Liberty. First, I do want to... Oop. Felix, go ahead. Finish this. You... oh, we've got a comedy writer here. We've got a romance writer. Comedy and romance. You take that one. You take that one. And what I wanted to do was get Statue of No Liberty into post and just see how it was looking. And it's not looking like a great one. This might also go to our secondary team. No one learned... oh! Cinematographer actually learned something from it. Wow, you are depressed. We need to do another round of give everyone presents. You're also going to take our secondary editor, composer, and start post-production while the American Dream Sam Freed returning from her vacation, and agent training is now available for us. 1,000 days for accelerated training. If we're not taking... I'm not spending 200,000 to take Wow. Yeah. Murder, kidnapping, beatings. Let's start with being able to figure out what people are doing. Compromising information first. Naturally, it's always better to learn by doing, but that doesn't mean that there's no place for training. Now we can send the boys from security to a secret training ground. The instructors there are smart fellows with impressive experience. They can show you how to stalk a target, how to sniff out information, and how to punch someone in the face. So agent training is now here. Training costs us influence. Okay. Well, in that case, let's go. Homer Jones, begin your training. The American Dream was actually fairly cheap to produce, and it's just even better. The post-production is not going to be kind to it, but we're going to do the best we can and see if we can't get a really good movie out of this. Oh, wait, hold on. We were also supposed to be producing another movie. The other movie we were supposed to be producing is Corrupt Official one. But I don't remember that being a thing. Drama thriller. Let's set it in a town. Corrupt Official. Oh, all story elements have a freshness level. Freshness determined by how often you release films. Yeah, Corrupt Official was a thing that we recently got. I don't think we have any movies with it. It looks like a briefcase, and it is antagonist, so it'll be in like the second spot. Maybe we should trash some of these worse movies. Or maybe we should... I'm gonna do one last thing. This episode's running a little longer than I expected. But... I'm going to say... Actually, we don't have another writer here for a moment. Mayor's daughter, Peter Harris has decided that the mafia boss he plays should be Italian. To get into character, he reread all the old issues of the comic book Luigi vs. the Black Hand and learned a couple of hundred Italian words. Everyone is afraid of telling him that his accent and gestures are too cliche and unconvincing, and he's irritating the entire crew. I mean, this was supposed to be a fairly, like, we're pretty far into this. Let's give him some more time to prepare. We could salvage some of this. If we give him like another month, sure. Peter Rutkowski, mother had a stroke. She can't walk anymore. She can hardly speak. She won't hear any talk of nurses, even refuses to eat unless I'm the one feeding her myself. I know this is none of your problem, but I couldn't forgive myself. No, go take a couple of months. Our headquarters has a double reputation for profitable films. Studio earns influence points. If it's ranked in the top 3, or reputation grows if the staff's loyalty averages above. We have very low reputation. Let's get this. And what I want to do is just wait. Snowflake in the desert, you are 1 month through. Let's set up distribution and accept that. And what I need is a writer to finish. And we're going to story project. Landlord. I'm gonna do thriller, detective romance drama. I'm going to say minimize romance. I'm gonna say minimize romance in favor of drama. Mostly thriller. We're gonna do in the modern American city. We want a corrupt official. The Wayward Soul. It's interesting. I'm gonna do working man. We want this love interest. Angry boss. Themes. Struggle for a better life. Yes, that makes sense. The ending. Antagonist gets punished. And Let's do some generous profanity. And maybe slapstick mayhem. Let's change out this. I want to drop the detective elements. Add comedy. Instead of thriller. Let's do drama primarily with comedy and romance as both secondary elements. And we want the antagonist gets punished. Modern American City. Actually, let's set the again, we've got to delete and reselect the last one if we set it in American Town. And I think, yeah, all this is freshness of the movie. Select screenwriter, romance, historical. You can do romance. Yeah, it's gonna take him 3 months to write that. Empty Saloon. We've got a corrupt soul. I mean, again, we've got a movie coming out that's exactly what we want. We got nudity, sweethearts stay together. So, an action comedy adventure in a town. It's got a wayward soul, corrupt official. I think we're gonna start this right now. Do we... Okay. I can stop that here and check what actors we have. We have some high quality actors available right now. We might push this as a quality movie. If so, we want the best cinematographer we have available, best soundstage, best technology. We get plenty of crew. Melancholic and Chase. No one Chase wants to work on this movie. Will Doyle. Yeah, we're gonna push this movie. Peter Hodges, you're gonna be doing this. Alma, and then we might need to hire someone for the corrupt official. Bob Gray? When you're great, you're not... I don't think you're gonna be charging us for a lot. Let's get you medical insurance. And a little bit of everything. go ahead and start this project. It's gonna take 3 months to do. We're gonna let that progress at least a little bit before we start the one immediately after bit. Or maybe I won't. I don't know. That'll be a decision for next time. Yeah, this episode ran on. There was a little string there of things I just wanted to finish, and this game is another one of those good games of just one more minute, just one more day, one more turn. It's enjoyable to play. In any case, if you've enjoyed this Let's Play so far, go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time when we continue playing Hollywood Animal.